This is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV. We're here in Hamburg, Germany at the SMM 2018, and we're very pleased to be joined by Iain White of ExxonMobil. And Iain, first and foremost, thanks for joining us.
Yeah, thank you very much, Greg.
So, Iain, we've been talking about cylinder condition monitoring for many years. It's something that you live each and every day. Just as a recap, can you discuss the history of the cylinder condition monitoring with ExxonMobil?
Yes, we first started the program back in 2002 when we were keen to help customers reduce the quantity of cylinder oil they were using. So the program in those days was called feed rate optimization.
Okay.
We've got a large number of samples that we've been collecting, sample data since those days. And about 8 years ago, 2010, the new regulations started to drive the engine builders to change the design of the engines. So this is the NOx rules, and then ultimately, more recently, the EEDI rules, driving efficiency. The result of those design changes has meant that the engines are more challenging to lubricate. So we had the birth of the cold corrosion problem. And at that point, we rebranded the service as a cylinder condition monitoring service, so CCM, we call it for short. And since that time, we've now built up a store of over 500,000 data points for a wide range of engines, two-stroke engines around the world with many different vessel types. And now, most recently, we've brought in a new piece of test equipment for use on board the ship, which radically improves the ease of use of the program for the engineers on the ship.
Okay. So again, we were just discussing the new technology. Can you describe specifically what the new technology is, but more importantly, as a ship owner, what it does for them?
So the benefit of the new technology, we're moving away from wet chemistry now. We previously had to have the guys on the ship do a number of tests to establish what the BN level was of the oil, the total BN or TBN. They had to do a separate test for ferrous iron and for corrosive iron on the scrape down sample. Now we've brought in what's called XRF technology, so that's X-ray technology, which does lab-based analysis, which gives us, or lab-based accuracy, basically, elemental analysis on board the ship. And it's very quick, very easy to use, very safe, and gives an immediate readout. But what we've also done now, which is new, is we've connected this technology to the cloud. So through the ship's Ethernet system, through the LAN on the ship, through the satellite connectivity, that data goes immediately up to the cloud, where we've fully automated our algorithms to do analysis on that raw data and produce a fully formatted report with guidance as to what condition we see in the engine, and what advice we give the chief engineer to adjust his feed rate, either up or down, to tell them what's going on.
Okay. Hey, we talk about the digitalization trends, the need for information, the ability to have this information. I'm a ship owner. Why is it important for me today to have that information at my fingertips immediately?
Effectively, with a modern engine today, with the challenges with cold corrosion, you really don't know how your engine's operating. You've got no way of seeing inside that engine, and there are no outward signs if things are going wrong. The first time you know about it, if things have gone wrong, it's become a catastrophic problem. So with this monitoring program, you can be checking every week how the engine's doing. You can be adjusting your feed rate to the engine, which is making sure you're using the right amount of oil to give the engine the protection you need, but also saving money. Most ship owners use too much oil. We've looked at the data we get, and we've looked at the kind of comments we make, and 50% of the customers who use our program today are still not on the right feed rate. So there's a huge opportunity for cost saving in the industry.
Okay, so Iain, can you kind of give us a scope of the market as you see it today? Specifically, how many ships are your condition monitoring on? And, we talk about savings often, but as a ship owner, what can I expect to save?
So cylinder oil is the most expensive part of your lubricant budget. It's about 2/3 of the budget of a ship, whether that's bulker, tanker, container ship with a two-stroke engine. We're running the program today on about 400 ships. And our experience is that most people are not on the right feed rate, and many people over-lubricate, even as high as 50%.
Okay. Wow.
So it's there is a significant potential cost saving immediately. And what we also know, we've learned, ironically, when you get the feed rate right, the lower it goes, the lower the wear rate in the engine goes. So you're able to extend the piston overhaul life, you're able to extend the liner life, whilst you're also saving money on the cylinder oil, which is kind of counterintuitive.
Okay.
But it's proven to be true.
Yeah. So Iain, as ExxonMobil's business is selling lubricant oil, wouldn't it be to your advantage to have those higher feed rates and have customers using more of your product?
On the contrary, the way we go to market is we're in the business of saving the customer money overall. So we want the customer to look at the total cost of ownership.
Okay.
So it's in our interests that the customer has the lowest possible total cost of ownership. And we're not in the business of selling more oil. We're actually in the business of selling less oil. That way we have happier customers who stay with us for longer.
So, we're here at the SMM 2018. Visitors to the ExxonMobil stand, what can they expect to see this go around?
So this time, for the first time, we're able to showcase the new test equipment that we put on board the ship. So it's X-ray technology. It's very fast, very easy to use, and we're able to demonstrate on the stand how you can take a set of samples in 10 minutes that would have previously taken many hours to do.
Well, Iain, again, you've always been gracious with your time. We appreciate you stopping by. I hope you have a good SMM.
Okay, thank you very much, Greg. Great to talk to you.
Okay. Well, this is Greg Troutwine with Maritime Reporter TV.